Brace yourselves, because the ultimate romantic betrayal is about to detonate in Fairmont Crest, and nobody is ready for this explosive new couple. We are talking about a seismic shift in the romantic landscape of our favorite daytime drama. According to the latest jaw-dropping spoilers for Wednesday, August 26th, Dr. Carlton Fitzgerald is about to have a highly unexpected encounter. And let me tell you, all the breadcrumbs are pointing straight toward the one and only Leslie Thomas. Yes, you heard me right. The resident hurricane of chaos is about to collide with the lonely, heartbroken doctor, and the fallout is going to be absolutely savage. This is not just a random meetup. This is the beginning of a catastrophic chain reaction that will shatter friendships, ignite old rivalries, and leave the entire town in a state of pure, unadulterated chaos. Let us break down exactly why this is the most brilliant and terrifying twist the writers could give us. Right now, Dr. Carlton Fitzgerald is a man adrift. He is completely single and nursing a severely bruised ego after his devastating split from Nicole Dupree. Remember how he poured his heart out, willing to accept her terms, only to be tossed aside so Nicole could pursue an exclusive, steamy romance with Dr. Kial Rollins? Carlton is lonely, vulnerable, and desperately seeking a connection. He has been watching from the sidelines as Nicole and Kiel flaunt their new love, and that kind of isolation makes a man highly susceptible to a new, dangerous distraction. Enter Leslie Thomas. She is a woman who knows exactly how to spot a vulnerability and exploit it for her own fabulous gain. This is a collision course of two lonely souls, and the sparks are going to be blinding. On the other side of this explosive equation, we have Leslie Thomas currently entangled in a bizarre, quirky romance with Detective Marcel Malone. But let us be brutally honest here. This relationship is a ticking time bomb. This is Leslie versus Marcel in the ultimate lifestyle war. Marcel is a simple, grounded man who genuinely wants to spend the rest of his days living on a tiny, cramped boat. A boat. Can you imagine the glamorous, high-maintenance, newly wealthy Leslie Thomas squeezing her designer wardrobe into a floating tin can? Absolutely not. Leslie is extra, she is loud, and she demands luxury. While they recently shared a steamy, suggestive evening in her hotel room, complete with room service hot dogs and shrimp that was nothing more than a temporary Band-Aid, Leslie is struggling to fully commit to the detective because, deep down, she knows their worlds are entirely incompatible. She is a queen who needs a castle, not a deckhand. But the boat is not the only thing keeping Leslie from committing to Marcel. We have to talk about the massive, towering elephant in the room, Ted Richardson. Eva Thomas, Leslie's own daughter, has boldly called her mother out, claiming that Leslie is just using Marcel to kill time while holding out false hope for Ted. And honestly, Eva is absolutely right. Leslie has been hopelessly obsessed with Ted, desperately trying to claw her way back into his heart, only to be brutally rejected time and time again as Ted declares his unwavering love for Shanice Johnson. Leslie has been humiliated, shut down, and left in the cold. She needs a distraction. She needs a victory. She needs a man who can offer her the prestige and status she craves, to prove to Ted and to herself that she is a prize to be won. And who better to fulfill that role than a handsome, successful doctor? Everything just changed. So, what exactly is going to happen on Wednesday, August 26th? The spoilers promise an unexpected encounter for Carlton. Picture this. Carlton is wandering the halls of Garland Memorial or grabbing a lonely drink at Uptown, wallowing in his post-Nicole misery. Suddenly, he crosses paths with Leslie. Historically, these two have shared plenty of snarky, biting banter back when Carlton was dating Nicole. But this time, the dynamic is entirely different. The snark is going to melt into heavy, undeniable flirtation. They are both scorned, they are both single, and they both have a massive chip on their shoulders regarding the Dupree family. The chemistry is going to be explosive. I can already see the fiery dialogue, the lingering glances, and the shocking realization that they actually have a lot in common. This is not just a casual chat. This is the spark that will ignite a blazing inferno. Now, let us talk about the absolute chaos this potential romance will unleash. This is Carlton versus Ted in the ultimate battle of the bro code. We all know that Carlton and Ted are longtime best friends. Their friendship just barely survived the massive hurdle of Carlton dating Nicole, Ted's ex-wife and the mother of his child. They finally made peace, agreeing to put their friendship first. But if Carlton suddenly starts dating Leslie Thomas, Ted's other ex, the mother of Eva, and the woman who has been a constant thorn in Ted's side, it is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Ted is going to lose his mind. How can Carlton justify jumping from one of Ted's baby mamas to the other? It is a savage betrayal of their friendship. Ted has actively warned people about Leslie's toxic, manipulative nature. Seeing his best friend fall into her glamorous trap will drive Ted to the brink of insanity. This is war, and we cannot ignore the sheer, delicious pettiness of Leslie's underlying motives. This is Leslie versus Nicole. Round 1,000,000. Leslie has always harbored a deep, venomous jealousy toward Nicole Dupree. She hates that Nicole is beloved, respected, and effortlessly attracts incredible men. If Leslie sinks her claws into Dr. Carlton Fitzgerald, it is the ultimate power move. She will be scooping up the very man Nicole just discarded. It is a psychological victory for Leslie, a way to parade her new high-status doctor boyfriend right in front of Nicole's face. Can you imagine the smug, self-satisfied grin on Leslie's face when she inevitably bumps into Nicole at the country club with Carlton on her arm? She will flaunt him like a designer handbag. It is a brutal, calculated strike in their never-ending rivalry, and Leslie will savor every single second of it. But let us strip away the revenge and the pettiness for a second and look at the core of these two characters. Could Carlton and Leslie actually be a perfect match? Think about it. Carlton is incredibly smart, deeply kind, and fiercely loyal. He is a prestigious doctor with a refined lifestyle. This is exactly the kind of world Leslie desperately wants to inhabit. She has newfound wealth, but she lacks the societal respect that comes with a title like doctor. Fitzgerald's partner. Carlton could elevate Leslie in the eyes of Fairmont Crest high society. He could give her the validation she has been begging for. And in return, Leslie brings a wild, unpredictable fire that Carlton's life has been severely lacking. She would keep him on his toes, challenge him, and fiercely protect him. It is a chaotic, beautiful disaster waiting to happen. However, we have to ask the hard rhetorical questions. Can Leslie Thomas ever truly fit into Carlton's polished, professional world? Carlton is a respected physician at Garland Memorial. He deals with life and death situations, hospital board politics, and a reputation that demands decorum. Leslie, on the other hand, is a walking PR nightmare. She is loud, she is confrontational, and she has a history of making massive, embarrassing public scenes. Just recently, she aggressively clashed with Dr. Monica McCormick and caused a panic at the hospital. Will Carlton be able to handle her explosive outburst? Will he try to tame her, or will he embrace her wild side? The friction between his calm, clinical demeanor and her fiery, erratic personality will create a tension so thick you could cut it with a scalpel. And what about Eva? How is Leslie's daughter going to react to this shocking new development? Eva has been struggling with her own deep insecurities regarding her jagged transplant scar. She actually went to Dr. Carlton Fitzgerald for a consultation about plastic surgery. And she broke down in tears in his office when he gently advised her to wait and seek therapy instead. Carlton has seen Eva at her most vulnerable. If he suddenly starts dating her mother, it is going to cross so many uncomfortable boundaries. Eva will be absolutely mortified. She already despises her mother's desperate attempts to cling to relevant men. Seeing Leslie use the very doctor who rejected Eva's surgery request as a romantic pawn will push their mother-daughter relationship to the absolute breaking point. The emotional fallout will be devastating. We also cannot forget about Detective Marcel Malone. Marcel is not the kind of man who takes disrespect lightly. He recently forced Leslie to beg and apologize just to earn her way back into his hotel. He demands to be treated as an equal. When he inevitably finds out that Leslie is tossing him aside for a shiny, wealthy doctor, he is going to be furious. Marcel has access to police resources, a sharp investigative mind, and a deep understanding of the dark underbelly of Fairmont Crest. A scorned detective is a dangerous enemy to make. Will Marcel quietly retreat to his tiny boat, or will he dig into Carlton's life, looking for skeletons in the doctor's closet to ruin this budding romance? Leslie might think she is upgrading, but she could be triggering a massive backlash from the man she is leaving behind. The ripple effect of this romance will tear through Garland Memorial Hospital like a Category 5 hurricane. Think about the hospital dynamic. Ted Richardson works there. Dr. Kial Rollins works there. Dr. Monica McCormick, who recently tried to terminate the hospital's agreement with Leslie's free clinic, is the chief of staff. If Leslie becomes the official partner of one of their top doctors, she will suddenly have a terrifying amount of influence and access to the hospital's inner workings. She will use Carlton's status to bulldoze her way into board meetings, demand special treatment, and terrorize the nursing staff. Poor Ashley Morgan and Shanice Johnson will have to deal with Leslie parading around the corridors like she owns the place. The hospital politics are about to become a toxic, explosive battleground. Every single detail we have gathered points to a massive, unavoidable collision. The writers of Beyond the Gates are masterfully setting the stage for a romance that nobody asked for, but absolutely everyone will be obsessed with. From the awkward glances to the biting banter, Carlton and Leslie are going to quickly realize that their mutual loneliness is a powerful magnet. They are going to cross lines they swore they never would. They are going to betray their friends, infuriate their families, and shock the entire community of Fairmont Crest. This unexpected encounter on August 26th is not just a fleeting moment, it is the spark that will ignite the most controversial, scandalous, and fiercely debated relationship of the entire season. The stakes have never been higher, and the drama has never been more intense. Will Leslie finally find the high-status love she has been craving, or will her toxic tendencies destroy Carlton's pristine reputation? Will Ted absolutely lose his mind and sever his friendship with Carlton forever? And how will Nicole react when she sees her bitter rival on the arm of her former lover? Questions are piling up, and the suspense is literally killing me. Do not miss what happens next, because Fairmont Crest is about to be rocked to its very core. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and sound off in the comments below. Do you think Leslie and Carlton are a match made in heaven, or a total disaster waiting to happen? Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next explosive update.